You may be wasting your time doing what you think is a productive activity, but maybe you're going to quit in a year and maybe it doesn't serve your ultimate goal and purpose, so why even invest the time in it? Maybe you don't know if it's the right thing, and I understand you need to try stuff first to figure out, but I'm gonna show you an easy mental trick to figure out if you are doing what you really want to do. Because I also did stuff that I didn't want to do. I am an IDC diving instructor from PADI. So that's one of the highest levels that you can achieve in the PADI system. For people that don't know, it's like the biggest corporation that certifies diving all around the world, okay? And there are different levels to it. So you make your diving license, because you need a diving license to start diving, right? You need the basic diving license, then you get the advanced, right? Then you do like a rescue diver, you do a dive master, and then you do the diving instructor, okay? So it took me a long time. I went through like huge books, like big ones, with all the data that you need to learn. If you maybe did like a personal trainer certificate or something, one personal trainer certificate is like one certificate of that, okay? And it took me, I don't know, like 6 months or something like that, and it cost me about 4,000 or 5,000 euros to complete everything that I did, okay? So I went there, I went on trains, I traveled to different destinations to do different courses, I studied online, I studied at my home in the book. It was super hard for me, right? Because of ADHD and stuff like that. But yeah, my dopamine is not so good, and it's hard for me to concentrate. So I experimented with every different kind of things, right? Get my caffeine and how to go to sleep and when to eat sugar and everything to optimize my learning potential, okay? And I finally finished. And you know what I did with all that? Jack shit. I didn't do anything. I am a certified diving instructor, okay? But I'm not doing anything with it. And the reason is I'm not really passionate about it. It just sounded better than what I was doing, an office job, okay? But diving is cool. And I want to go diving my free time for sure. But diving is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, teaching to others, because you can't earn money with it. That's like the most important point, right? And you need money. I'm not going to argue with people that tell me, oh, money doesn't make you happy. Yeah, well, STFU, right? Because, bro, if I want to go skiing, you know how much that costs? And you know how happy I am when I ski? If I want to buy new skis, I just bought new skis last season. The original price of those skis is 1,200 euros just for a pair of skis, right? And your seasonal pass and stuff, it costs, okay? If you would like skydiving, whatever, I'm not going to argue about that, okay? So you need money, obviously. If what you're doing, if you cannot see yourself doing it like for a long time, why do it at all? Maybe sometimes you need to do things to figure out what you want to do and what not, okay? But I made the mistake basically for you. You don't need to repeat my mistakes. You don't need to repeat everything that I did wrong. You can do it better. So the one trick to figure out if it's the right thing for you, and this is really serious, think about it. Write it down. That's the most important thing about that tip, is write it down, because you will just think, oh yeah, it's an easy tip. Oh, okay, yeah, I thought about it. No, really think about it. Really write it down, okay? So the question you're going to ask yourself, and I picked this number carefully because, well, it's my number and I like it and it's a good number and you can live with that number in the top 10% around the world, everywhere, basically, is what if your job or whatever you're doing at the moment to earn money, what if they just paid you 10,000 every month? And you can take 1 or 2 months off every year, okay? But you need to do something the rest of the time. You need to deliver some kind of value. You need to create a product. You need to coach people, or you need to work for someone, you need to, I don't know, install bathtubs somewhere in homes. I don't know. Do the electricity. You need to do something with your time, okay? And you need to focus. You need to choose one thing. For those of my guys listening that have played video games, you understand how it is to level up a character. You choose a class and you become the best at this class. You don't just switch classes whenever you like. So you need to commit. You need to become an expert at something. Like a surgeon, right? He commits very much time, a long time, and it's a huge dedication to one specific thing. And you need to figure out what that is for you. So the question is, if someone paid me 10,000 every month, and the only thing that I need to do is do something of value for someone, what would I do? Really think about it. Really, really think about it. Do you want to go diving? Would you be willing to go diving 8 or 10 hours a day? If so, you will figure out a way to make $10,000 doing that. Maybe marketing, maybe recording videos, maybe you connect with super wealthy people and you create some kind of resort, maybe you open your own diving center. You will kind of figure it out, at least, maybe not giving instructions, but you will figure out a way to be in your passion, which is diving, and teach that to other people and make 10K. But think, really, really, really think about it and even make it unrealistic. Okay? Because you maybe have a limited mindset. Maybe you think that whatever you're thinking about is not possible. Don't worry about that at the moment. First, figure out, what would I do if I had all the money that I needed? What would I do? Would you do your job that you're doing right now? I guarantee in 99% of the cases you're not. Okay? And maybe you need to do some jobs or some apprenticeships or whatever in the meantime, till you are at the spot, till you are someone who is able to make so much money doing whatever that you now can live your dream life, whatever. But figure out what would be your dream life. What could you commit every single day doing? Okay? For me, it wouldn't be diving, because even though diving is awesome and in my free time I go diving, I would also teach you or other people how to dive. I still do that, of course. But is that my passion? For me, no, because I'm a very idealistic person. I've read too much philosophy books and I've thought too much to just say, oh, it's gonna be diving. And even diving, it was way better than all the other things that I chose, like coding. Maybe you want to create an app that will change the world. But if you're just a coder and all you do is, I don't know, code the next app and the next application, some random game to get money from people, right? The next Raid Shadow Legends. Like, boy, is that your purpose? What if I told you you're gonna die in a week? Are you proud now? Like, what the hell? What if I told you you have 5 years left to live? 5, exactly 5. What would you invest your time in? Maybe that should be the thing that you should focus on right now. Because even though you don't know how to make money, maybe continue your job, do whatever you do, but figure out, what would I do? If I could do anything, what would I do? And then you might understand your passion better. What would you do? If you had everything you wanted, you could buy everything you wanted, what is it you would do? Maybe you're like, oh, I'm going to collect sports cars. Are you sure about that? Maybe for some people that is true, because they have a super high passion about sports cars. Look around in your room. Do you have posters about cars? Are you researching cars all the time? Do you have books about cars? Maybe that's it. But maybe you just saw some guy with a car and you're like, oh my God, he gets all the and that's the reason you want the car. That's a bad reason, man. I mean, it's a good reason to get what you want, but you will not be passionate enough to commit so much time, okay? So think about it. What do I love? Write it down and you will figure out a way how to make money, because I'm going to talk more about that. And always go to the gym, my friend.